Better than Split. I hate Split, dude. I think they just need to take Split out and put it in like a deathmatch pool or something. It's so bad. You know what? It was funny because a couple days ago I'm like, I don't mind it because I just hadn't played it in a long time. I'm like, oh no, this shit sucks. Split's not bad. Yeah, Split's not bad. It's horrible. Split is like the most CT sided map I've ever played in any game ever, other than like, I don't know, man. Nuke. Fracture's ass. This game has a lot of bad maps in it, honestly. I used to hate Icebox. I don't mind Icebox this much. We'll make a map tier list after this, maybe. I like Corrode. I think Corrode's fun. Oh, map tier list. I was going to do a Valorant map tier list. Significantly better.
I've only played on it once.
Okay, I was going to like, you know, do a thing and like circle back around to do this tier list. But now that I'm already getting heated about it, I'm putting Breeze in A right off the bat. I think Breeze is a good map. And anyone that says anything wrong is stupid. I think it's funny. And it's fun. I think mid is like kind of a mess. But I think, are you like saying is this map competitively viable or is it fun? Because if we're talking about like competitively viable, I think that Icebox is like a super competitively viable map, but I don't think it's very fun. I think the way to play Icebox isn't very fun. I think Breeze is good. Oh, I guess what's going on the list? New Abyss. I think New Abyss is B. I think an issue that Old Abyss had was there was kind of, it felt like no point necessarily for mid control. And I think having the tunnel like a little farther like down the line like kind of changes that a little bit more because people can get out deeper into mid and they can like get different angles on like top mid like connector little bend area. I think the changes they made to B site are so fucking good. I think the only thing I don't like about this map, and I feel like Counter-Strike has this issue a lot as well, where like you kind of just go A. You kind of just go A over and over and over and over and over again. Like kind of like how Dust 2 feels at times. I feel like that's how Breeze is. Ascent, it might just be the best map in the game, honestly.
Is that your favorite map?
If we're talking about how fun it is and how competitively viable it is, I would say it's probably the best. I don't know if it's my favorite. I don't know. I'll put that in S tier. I maybe only have 2 in S tier or something. Bind fucking sucks. I think Bind is horrible. Okay, I only want to put one in D tier, and there is one I'm holding for D tier, so it's gonna go in C. But I think Bind is fucking horrible. I think Bind is just forcing you through poop shoots. Like it's like 4 ways you can get onto a site, and all of them are like fighting through a tunnel, and I hate it. I hate it. B's a nightmare to take. A is a nightmare to retake. Or A is a nightmare to take. And then also, I think regardless of them being hard to take, I think they're so hard to retake. It's just not fun. Again, I base a lot of my tier lists off of if they're any fun. I just don't think Bind's fun. And I think, honestly, there are some maps that, like, I don't necessarily, like, love. Like, I don't love Lotus. But Lotus is, like, pretty. And it's, like, visually appealing. And I'm like, that has to mean something. Bind is a shit map and it's shit colored and it's shitty and it's boring. That's my Bind opinion. Fracture is the worst map. Fracture is easily the worst map in this game. If we're talking about being fun and competitively viable, Fracture fucking sucks. As a T, it's a nightmare to rotate and the rope is not worth it. And as a CT, it's way too easy to rotate. It feels way too CT sided for rotates, but also like hard to hold. Because you can get like fun. I don't know. I just think this map's a competitive mess. What am I gonna put anything else in S tier? I'm gonna put Haven in A. I was gonna put Haven in S, but I absolutely hate 3 bomb site maps. I think they're horrible, and I don't think in this type of a game they like fit. And I think it makes the map way too T-sided, and it makes it so hard to be a CT on maps like this. I just think they're ass. I think also Haven kind of struggles from like that thing we're talking about with Dust 2 earlier, where it's like just go A every round. B's a nightmare, C's a nightmare. Just go A every single round. All you have to do is overwhelm. Unless they stack, you just kind of win. Icebox kind of sucks. but I don't hate it as much as other people do. I feel like Icebox would be like a top of C for me. I think competitive viability, it's pretty good. I think it's a little too like long range sight lines for me. Like A, it's like a long range sight line. B, it's like stare down a long range sight line. And I feels like mid, you get to see down it forever. And kind of boring. I think the way you have to play it is kind of boring. Lotus, see, I like Lotus, but I'm not going to put it in A because I already have 3 bomb site map in A, so I'm not going to do it again. I feel like Lotus is the top of B tier map. I think Lotus is a good map. I hate the idea of 3 bomb sites. Like with everything, I feel like you do kind of struggle from like nobody goes B. Like, why the fuck do I go B? Unless I'm just absolutely tapping people all day and I'm like just winning every gunfight, like I don't see a reason to go B. I think it sucks. But I think the map's kind of fun. I think A site is kind of a mess. I don't like tree room at all. I think they should blow that wall off and not even make it a room. Maybe put like half of that wall on or something. It feels a little too close off, because kind of like how Sunset used to be, where you could just like smoke main and just sit in main and just like ping bomb and just spray it. It's kind of how tree room feels. And I don't think maps like that are cool. I also don't hate Pearl as much as people do. I think Pearl's like bottom of B tier. I think Pearl is fine. I think Pearl with its new changes is way better. I think that bomb site change they made is way better, because B was so hard to hold. But now that you have places to hold from, I think it's pretty good. I think Pearl's in a good spot. I also like the whole mid area in general. I lied. There's 2 D tier maps. Split sucks. I don't think it sucks as much as Fracture, but I think it sucks. I fucking hate this map. I don't like maps where you're like being funneled through a poop chute. And I think that's kind of how fucking Split feels. And it's just so, T-side is like not fun. It's like T-side isn't like, oh, we can get him. T-side is like, how many rounds can I win as a cushion for CT side? Because I know I'm not going to win very much. Every one of my tier lists, I feel like has to have a controversial opinion. I always make an opinion that like somebody likes. If I post it on TikTok or if I post it on YouTube, somebody throws a fit, or if it's in Discord, somebody throws a fit. And I think Sunset is like one of the best maps in the game. I think Sunset's the only other S tier. I think Sunset's so good. I think Sunset is quick to rotate as a T and it's quick to rotate as a CT. I think both sides, I think B main can feel a little bit like funnel through a poop chute, but like to have that market side, and then I can also go up through mid through C. There's just so many ways to hit every site. I think mid is really cool. I think Sunset's a good map. If we don't have Corrode here, but if I were to rank Corrode, I feel like Corrode would be an A tier for me. I actually really like Corrode. I think it'd probably be below Breeze. I just like the stark contrast of the sides. I feel like one side's like in a room and one side's like open, and I like that. You can kind of take advantage of what your team's good at. Yeah, I feel good about that. I actually spread them out pretty good. Honestly, I might move Pearl down. I think I might move Pearl down. Other than that, I feel pretty good about it. Maybe put Abyss above Lotus, and maybe put Breeze above Haven. Where's Ascent? Oh, I put Ascent at the top. Yeah. No, I'd rather play Sunset. I think Sunset's my number 1. Maybe, dude, I was going to say I was going to put Bind in D tier, but I would rather play Bind than Fracture and Split. I feel pretty good about that.
Hello? Have you not been able to hear me?
No, I haven't been able to hear you at all.
Oh, bro. I've been talking this whole time.
I literally haven't heard you since I started that tier list.
That is crazy. What the hell?